Yes, people. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Blues TV. I hope you guys are doing well. Big shout out to everyone that is locked in. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's keep growing as a family. What's up, guys? How you doing, guys? I hope you guys are doing well. Happy to be back here. Big shout out to everyone that has subscribed to this channel, everyone that has kept this channel going, from the day one, the big fans right out there at the stadium, people, strange people coming into the channel, subscribing to the channel, just, to show some love regarding what we've been doing on this channel so far. I want to say a big thanks to everyone. And I pray to God, everyone get blessed. Obviously, without God, we definitely can't be here. So, uh, all glory to Almighty. And I want to say a big thanks to everyone that is out there that has been, following up on this channel, subscribing, likes, comments, and all this. Big shout out to you guys. And I hope uh, everything goes well for us all in life. Yeah. So welcome to this episode. We're just gonna be talking about Chelsea, Manchester United, and you know, I would like to honestly have you guys' opinion. You guys, share what you guys feel about the game tomorrow, and obviously that's how we're gonna interact on this live channel. And obviously, uh, we are definitely expecting a guest in this live stream. Hopefully, he's gonna join us very soon from the USA, from the States, and that can make the live very more interesting. So hopefully, they're gonna join us, and if not, I'm quite here with you guys to interact and know what you guys think about the game tomorrow. Honestly, for me, I think it's Manchester United in it. Like it's just another game that we all know it's difficult. To be honest, it's very difficult to travel down to Manchester. I don't care what sort of Manchester is it, either Etihad, either Old Trafford, to get a point. And that's the big call. To be honest, that's the big call. It's a game that we know how intense it's gonna be tomorrow. I mean, yeah, tomorrow, yeah. So it's something to be worried about, honestly, especially after losing to Bayern Munich on Wednesday. We were like, how is it gonna happen? How do you want to face United and definitely get a result out of it? And that's my own concern, to be honest. I feel like we're just a team that lost confidence in last two games. And the reason why I'm saying this is I just feel like we should have done the right thing against Brentford, to be honest. If we had go into that game and get that 3 points, we should have been in a better position, because obviously we know it's not easy to travel down to Munich and get 3 points out of that game. But realistic is that I'm still very much upset that we couldn't kill the game against Brentford, to be honest. And you know, tomorrow is another game. We know how intense it is to get a point out of United. So, and for me, I think one of the biggest problem that I've got with these managers is trying to think about the game that is coming next. To me, I feel like as a good coach, as a coach that really wants to keep their job, you need to think about the next game. Forget about other games. You need to focus on the next game. How are you going to win the next game? Because winning the next game is the only thing that would secure your job for you. So, I mean, we should have gone into that Brentford game, get a good result out of it. And of course, then go to Munich and see what happens. So to me, I feel like it's gonna be a sort of a disgrace to see us dropping points again tomorrow in a very tough fixture with United. To be honest, it will be in a bad position to see us dropping points tomorrow against United, and that's why I'm like, man, why can't you just win Brentford? If we had win the Brentford game, we definitely would have been in a very good position. We probably would be, maintaining our third position on the table. Imagine from second, now we're back into the fifth on the table. And of course, if we drop a point tomorrow, I'm sorry, it's gonna be a shambolic situation, And we all know it's not kind of easy to go to United and make, a point out of it. I'm saying is like United, they're kind of a team that even if they are dying, if they are losing, you know, 3, 4, 5 games, when they hear Chelsea, they are always up there. They are always up there. So tomorrow, I'm not sort of expecting, a soft or easy game from United because we know for 12 years we have not been able to win in Old Trafford. And we all know what happened in football. History always repeats themselves. That's it. It's difficult to break through history. You need to give your optimum best, in terms of performance, in terms of mentality, in terms of the way you start the game, your concentration. If you want to move above, history. So tomorrow, I'm not seeing that as an easy game for us. I'm seeing it as one of the toughest game of the season because United are looking for all means, especially when Amorim is given, a time frame to get itself back into the Premier League. So I think tomorrow United will be all out there. They will be hoping to get a 3 point. And to be honest, when you look at United's situation, they've got they've got that good team. To be honest, it's just I think it's a managerial problem, not ready to sort of change his formation and all that. I don't really want to go deep into United problem, to be honest. So to me, uh, I'm saying tomorrow might be different for us. Yeah, I totally understand with you, at rare. My problem is, when you're going to a stadium where you've not even won a game for 12 years, bro. For 12 years, bro. I don't see it as an easy game, but I see it as a game that we might probably be back, because we know the strength of the team. We know what Chelsea can do. But the problem is, United is always a tough game. They are always a tough game. Even when they are not in their optimum best, they are always striking Chelsea hard. To be honest, so that's how I feel, and you know, I still feel that if we had to win the Brentford game, we would have been in a very good position to take a draw out of tomorrow's game. But right now, to me, it looks like tomorrow is a must-win game, whereby we all know how difficult it is to go to United and pick up a point. So I think tomorrow we just have to be extraordinarily ready, mentally, physically, just ready to commit into that game, and all all hope or all concentration onto Maresca tomorrow because you need to put on, you need to put in there the best and the best XI that is going to give United a hard time. If you go in there tomorrow and make a gamble again, it's just going to be another game of, another shambolic game, to be honest. Because when you look at what he did against Brentford, trying to rest players against Bayern Munich. Okay, this is my question, guys. You went into the Brentford game with the mindset of resting players. You draw the game. You're supposed to take 3 points from that game. You draw the game. You focus on Munich. You went to Munich. You lost the game. To me, I felt it's not just making sense. I would have gone into the Brentford game with all full force, get my 3 points out. If anything happens, it happens. You know, I'm gonna use the available players for Munich. Then maybe get a draw or maybe even lose the game. Then I'm okay. I come back to Premier League. I'm still second, third. The fans are happy. Then I go into United game again and make something out of it. But when you're taking too much of, the next game, to me, I feel like it's just not right for us. It's just not right for us. So I think another thing I would like to talk about is I feel like Chelsea fans are full of too much of hope, too much of high hopes. To me, I feel like we need to take things easy. We need to see, Chelsea as a team that is growing, a young team that is growing. We saw what happened in Munich. To me, I felt like Bayern Munich didn't play a special game. You know, they were just experienced players that knows how to take care of opportunities. We really played well, but we lack experience. We lack experience, and that's what people don't realize. There's a far difference between playing a final compared to playing in the Champions League. To be honest, you might go into a final. Anybody can lose into a final. I'm telling you, Crystal Palace won Man City in final, won Liverpool in final. They won't be able to do that in the league. I'm quite sure. I'm 100% sure Palace will never win Man City or Liverpool in the league. So it's quite easy to go into, a final as a coach with a mindset, with a very good mindset of game, and get a result, win the cup easy. But yes, on Wednesday, Bayern Munich shows us that, bro, this is a different thing compared to what you've been. So to me, I felt like Chelsea fans are full of high hopes. It's normal. When you see your team really doing well, especially winning two trophies in less than 3 months, you are like, wow, we are back, we are back. But to me, I feel like we had a very good transfer window, to be honest, but we didn't finish so well in the transfer window. We had too much of gambles, towards the end of the transfer window. There's some deals that I feel like we should have get done, just to make sure we straighten, the squad. And like I said, this is what I keep saying. We don't have a squad depth, and that's what happened against Bayern Munich. We don't have those players that can come in if what we've got on the pitch is not working for us. And one of those players that I think personally that we lost on is Xavi Simon. We should have gone all out there to sign him, and that's why I'm so much worried when I saw that Chelsea were bringing Bonote, towards the end of the summer. I was like, what? Just imagine you're playing against Barcelona or you're playing against Bayern Munich and you feel like something is wrong. Are you so much confidence to bring in Bonanote? No way, bro. No way, because he's got no Champions League experience. He's far away from. So that's what I'm saying, man. So to me, I feel like we should have get some deals done, and from there, we'll be so much confidence that we have enough squad depth. So to me, I feel like people need to like calm down, relax, understand the fact that Chelsea is a football club right now that's trying to grow within the young boys. We're trying to experiment, and that's why you see that every game is always different. Every game is always different. We go into games with different players, and we just don't have a stable XI. We don't have a stable lineup. So how do you want us to win every game? So, and to me, I feel like if you want to dominate in the Premier League, you definitely need your starting lineup. When you look at Liverpool, you can easily predict what Liverpool is going to be, putting out there for games. So, to me, I feel like no sound. That's strange, man. Uh, just one sec. Strange, man. At John Cena, can you hear me now? Because I think everything is all right from my side. Please let me do know if there's any issue from your side if you are not able to hear me or something. But to be honest, everything is all right from my side. I'm watching myself from another device, and I definitely could hear what I'm saying. So at John Cena, please let me know if you can hear me right now. I think uh, my sound system is perfectly okay. And yes, let me know if everything all right from your side. So, like I was saying, we're just a young team trying to grow, and the most painful part is we go into the game, we go. It's all good now, my. All right, thank you very much for that. Yeah. So to me, I feel like we're just a young team trying to grow, trying to develop. The fact that we go into games with different, XI, to me, I feel like it's one of the things that is really, really killing Chelsea at the moment. We need to stitch with a stable XI. I mean, a stable lineup. When you look at Liverpool, you can easily predict what Liverpool is going to put out there in the Premier League games. You know what I'm saying? There might be few changes, maybe one or two, but you are certainly confident that Liverpool is going out with, these four defenders, these three midfielders, and three attackers. But for Chelsea, we go into games every week in, week out with a different lineup, even when all players are fit. To me, that's wrong, man. That's wrong. We need to stick to, a certain, lineup when we're going into Premier League games. I understand the fact that sometimes injury might cause it, but we need to have a starting lineup. We need to know that every week in, week out, this is our starting lineup. I bet a lot of people don't even know what to expect tomorrow, which is wrong. Premier League, week five, and you still don't have, a sort of exile that you were expecting. Tomorrow you might. We only know that tomorrow definitely Joao Pedro is going to be starting, but you don't know who is going to be pairing Joao Pedro out there, from the wide. You don't know if it's going to be Estival, who is going to Pedro Neto. So to me, I feel like those things are really killing the team. To be honest, we need a stable XI. We need a stable XI. We need to go into games and be so much confidence of seven, eight players that are going to start. And that's the way you can keep the momentum going. That's the way you can understand the league. You can know what sort of lapses are you having. You know what I mean? So, you know, against Crystal Palace, it was a different, wide players. Against West Ham, it was different. Again, I mean, to me, I feel like, how long do we want to keep doing this? Because we need a very, very stable XI. We need something that people can say, oh, when we're going into Premier League games, definitely Esteva is going to start. You definitely know that Casado is going to start. This player is going to start. That player is going to start. And that way they can, work together. They can be productive. So to me, tomorrow is another game. I don't know what you guys are thinking. Please let me know what you're thinking about tomorrow's game, so we could go from there. We can have, sort of discussion. And I just don't want to be here, talking to myself. I really do appreciate when you guys put in comments, when you put in, your voice. And mind you, you guys need to remember that this channel, to be honest, most of the time, this is why I don't really, want to come live or do this or do that. This channel is for the fans. I am a fans myself, to be honest, and that's why I focus more on people's voice rather than mine, because all I have been saying is just my own opinion. It doesn't mean I'm right or wrong or something, but I love to hear people's opinion, and I love to put people's opinion on this channel. And that's how we've been, trying to grow this channel, just to make sure that this channel is perfectly for the fans. To be honest, who will you be starting tomorrow on the wide? You know, to me, I thought it's easy to decide for tomorrow. To be honest, you know, from the right flank, of course, I'm going to start Estival, and I'm going to tell you the reason why. You see, this young kid has shown that he's so much confident, he's so much comfortable playing in Premier League. To be honest, I am one of the fans that said in the start of this season that, oh, I don't want to rush Esteval. I want him to take his time and try and study what's going on in the Premier League and all this. But man, this guy is flying. The way he gel into the Premier League, I'm like, what? So you can't put that kind of a player on the bench. I think Maresca just need to trust him more, because this boy has a lot to offer to Chelsea. If an 18-year-old boy could be playing in that momentum, bro, I don't see any reason why we shouldn't trust him. So to me, I think on the right side, I'm just gonna throw Estavo in there. Against United, it's a very good opportunity to showcase himself. He's got the confidence, the way he runs into the defenders, bro. I trust him enough to put him there tomorrow, to be honest. And from the left flank, like I said, to me, I feel like Pedro Neto needs some rest. Don't get me wrong, he's a very good player. We all see his abilities, the way he's really helped us in the World Club Cup and some games last season. But if you watch him against Bayern Munich, you know that he's tired. Bro just needs some rest. He needs to you know, he needs to refresh himself, take some days off, you know, uh, just take away the too much of games, just take it away, just give him, some space, let him come from the bench for 2 3 games. This is not the fact that he's not good enough, but just to give him some rest. So, from the left flank, I'm gonna start Guanacho tomorrow, and this is the reason. Uh, my reason is that when you're playing against, yeah, I do agree with you. To be honest, we should have put him in. I said it in my review. If I had been Maresca, I would have taken Pedro Neto off from the first half because I feel like he's so tired. He's so tired. He just can't make the runs anymore. Sometimes when players have too much of games, it definitely shows. So for me, I would have just bring Esteval in the second half of Bayern Munich game, but yeah, honestly, so for me, I would start Garnacho on the wide left because you're playing against United. It's against his former club, of course. He definitely wanna impress. You see, those things are reality in football. Players wanna oppress, their former football club. You see, when Jackson came in, he was trying to do, some sort of things just to show that, bro, I'm in the game. So I thought Garnacho is another opportunity to pull us, forward tomorrow. And I see him doing some very, very good running tomorrow into United defenders just to make sure that he impress United and say, come on, you guys, this is what you guys are missing. So you don't want to miss out on that opportunity. You don't want to put that kind of a player on bench and let him see that, oh, I should have done this, we should have done that. Let him go in there. Let him show United tomorrow that, okay, guys, this is what I can offer. So to me, I start Guanacho and of course Esteval from the wide. So, and with that, you having young, prolific wingers that can definitely drive into United, defenders. So, yeah, I'm proud to put them in tomorrow on the wide area. So, yeah, I don't know what you guys are thinking. At John Cena, what do you think? Who are you gonna put there? Who do you have in mind to put on the wide wing, against United tomorrow? Please do let me know what you think. So United are terrible, but we still struggle against them in Old Trafford. Of course, like I said, it's been 12 years, bro. It's been 12 years the last time we won in Old Trafford. And to me, I feel like this is one of the, a worst record that we've been keeping for a while. Last season, I was expecting a win, to be honest, at Old Trafford. I was expecting a win at Old Trafford last season because United are in such a position whereby we should have smashed them easily. We should have smashed them easily last season. They were losing, games at home to most of the small clubs in Premier League. But when it comes to Chelsea, it's a different situation. And I was like, bro, we are in a very good form. We should have gone there, win United 2-3-0, and of course, move on. But we missed the opportunity to break the deadlock last season. And this season, to me, it looks like United is a little bit better than last season, though they are still struggling. They've not really get their rhythm back, but I feel like they might still be a trouble tomorrow, especially when you look at the recent record. They've not been really doing well recently. So to me, I feel like they might want to like sort of compensate themselves tomorrow, work hard, and try to get something out of from Chelsea game. So we all know they are terrible. We all know, they're not in a good shape. We should definitely be winning the game tomorrow. But the problem is when you're going to a stadium that you've not win a game in 12 years. To me, I thought it's difficult. It's a game that if you want to get a win, you need to upgrade your style of play. And Maresca need to realize that tomorrow is another game. It's another must-win game. That's what I want to say. We need to win the game tomorrow. If we don't, there's a lot of pressure because we might definitely be finding ourselves back in seventh, eighth position easy. We know how the Premier League works, week in, week out. You know, people are making up points before you know you've dropped into 10 and You know, we were like, how do we get here? So I feel like we need to understand the game much better tomorrow. Try to go into the game with good mentality. Because to me, I thought it's just not easy, bro. You know, having to play Bayern Munich on Wednesday, lose to Bayern Munich, and of course going to United as well. To me, I just feel like it's too much. But let's see what happens. I think the players are ready for it, and you know, I believe they are professional enough to face the game and make something good out of that game. So, guys, let's quickly talk about what I am particularly expecting tomorrow from Maresca. How I think we should start the game. What sort of XI I think we should be going into the game with tomorrow. John Cena said Estevao and Garnacho starting for me. Of course, definitely deserve to start. Deserve to start at the moment. To me, the two wingers to me looks like they're on fire. They're still you can't start good things to be honest. Like we said, Pedro Neto needs some rest. So I think these two guys are really, really ready for tomorrow game. So and I believe we can definitely make something out of this game if you know, we try to put these two guys on the wing. So to me, tomorrow is another game. I am expecting Maresca tomorrow to be sound, to be confident, to read the United game and feel like yes, this is my strategy. This is how I want to win this game. I needed this game. This is an important 3 points. We can't mess around. We can't mess around because it's week 5 of the Premier League. Things moving fast, bro. And I can remember last season, we were so lucky that we started the first phase of the league. We started it very well, and that's the reason why we're able to qualify to Champions League. If you look at our performance, after just the Christmas, it was terrible. It was terrible. I think we were able to make it up just because we started the season very well. And to me, I'd rather start my season very well, than to finish my season very well. Finishing your season very well is at risk. If you don't, if you don't make enough points from the first start of the season, I'm sorry, you have to struggle to get into where you're going at the second phase of the season. So to me, Maresca needs to confidence tomorrow, no gamble. Because when I look at most of my comments on Facebook, I'm like, people are fuming, bro. People are fuming because I won't lie to you. Expectation is too high. People were like, "Oh, we're gonna come into this season and start smashing people, smashing teams, winning 5, 6, 10 games." The way it used to be in those days. No, bro. To me, I'm not expecting too much. You know, we don't have a very good defensive line. We're still struggling. Chelsea were not able to sign, experienced player. Imagine how we are watching Gray almost join Liverpool. That's crazy. To me, that's crazy. That's one of the most craziest things that I've seen. So, but those things make me feel like no, Chelsea are not ready yet. I'm so much confident that we'll get something out of this season, but I'm not seeing us sort of competing in, Champions League or getting to Champions League final and all these things. I'm not seeing us doing that. I'm not seeing us being a title contendant. Oh, I think we're a little bit, far away from that one, to be honest. Yeah, I think you're right, Johnson. I think Levy, you don't know the value of what you have until you lose it. I think that's what's happening about Levi. I think he's just gonna be there and say, yes, yes, this is when people need to realize my impact in this team. And of course, he's right. He's right. We missed him a lot. We missed him a lot. And it's just the definition of you know we don't appreciate him so much until he got injured, bro. And one thing I'm very, very worried about is players going on ACL injury, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know where we're gonna have Levy back. To be honest, I believe the 6, 7, 8 months is just a prediction stuff because recovering from ACL is mad. It's mad. You can see what's going on with Rodri from Man City. He's back from that injury, but when you watch his game very closely, you know that he's still far away from the Rodri that we used to know. He's scared of putting legs in. So to me, I'm just saying that we miss Levi a lot. We miss Levi a lot. I believe we will possibly will have compete against Munich. We will have been a better team against Brentford if Cole is in that game. So I don't know, but I think Fofana is one of those players that have kind of think, oh, he's back and he's gonna help the team, but I think he's just not ready yet. The injuries are too much for him to easily bounce back into the team. But like I said, we miss Colwill. We miss Colwill, to be honest. We miss him a lot, especially in that defense line. So I think tomorrow Maresca needs to put everything right. No gambling. Make sure the boys go into the game with a good mindset of winning that game. And another thing is he needs to be careful about his substitution. Sometimes people expect a fluent, a very very fast reaction from Maresca, but he missed out on them. To be honest, against Bayern, people were like, "Come on, take Pedro off first half. Let someone come in. Let Garnacho come in." But he didn't. He had to wait, 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 and people were fuming. So to me, tomorrow is another game that Maresca needs to understand very, very well. Be ready to do something meaningful, and of course, get the 3 point easy. So let's talk about my starting exciter for tomorrow. I think yeah. Before I move on, I think I'm gonna say a big sorry on this live stream to Sanchez. To be honest, it's just something that we need to talk about. He is another goalkeeper that we've been criticizing since last season. You know, I don't blame people criticizing him because when you have a goalkeeper that's considered five big errors leading into goals last season. I think people are right to criticize him, to be honest. But bro, let's give him his accolade. He does deserve it against Bayern Munich. I feel like we would have been losing that game 5-1, 5-4-1, which is disgraceful. But Sanchez saved us. He saved us. Those saves are unbelievable. We can't go away without talking about it. Bro, when the goalkeeper's impressing that way, we need to talk about it. So big shout out to Sanchez. I hope it keeps going like that for him this season, and of course I'm so confident that he's gonna finish the season very very well. So yeah, Sanchez from the goalpost, we don't certainly have another option apart from Sanchez right now. So yeah, Sanchez from the goalpost. And tomorrow is a difficult call for the defenders. It's a difficult call for the defenders. I feel like there needs to be a changes from that defense line. Something is just telling me that there needs to be a change. Someone needs to rest. Not that these guys are not putting in the effort. Tosin is top notch. I mean, I will tell you that this guy, I respect him a lot. I respect him a lot because you know the level of his play, the level of no, I just believe he's really really done well for these past 6 games for Chelsea. To be honest, you can't ask for more from a player like that. You can't ask for more, to be honest. So I feel like Tosin, very very good position, but I had to think about switching things off tomorrow because I need to press. That's just it. I need to press United tomorrow. I mean, we need to press them every minute of the game. We had to be on possession. We had to be on possession. So to me, I think I might swap. I might be using, Rhys James from obviously from the right back. He knows how to play United. Is one of those players that has given us massive, massive memory against United. So yeah, I would start James from the right back. My two central defender. This might look weird to be honest, but is my opinion, guys. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean I'm right or wrong. I just feel like tomorrow something needs to change. And tomorrow for my two centre back, I probably will be going with Chaloba and Fofana. And this is my reason. I want to press tomorrow. If you want to press high, you need a defender like Fofana. Is that guy that can do it. He can press, he can push the ball forward, he can do some crazy passing all day. So I know he's not that kind of a fit here, but we can gamble him. We can gamble him for 50 minutes just to win the game, just to be ahead of United. So I would pair Chaloba and of course Fofana from my central defenders. Then my left back, of course, Cucurella. I don't see Arto getting ready yet to start featuring in a game like United for Chelsea. So if Cucurella is fine fit tomorrow, why not? Let him enjoy himself. So from the midfield, of course, I wish and I hope that Lavia is fit. To be honest, something always comes to my mind when I remember those games when Lavia comes in for Chelsea. The games are always different, especially when you're playing games like United, City. I'm so sorry, guys. So when you're playing games like United City, all these big games, you need a player like Lavia to be fit. To be honest, you need a player like Lavia to be fit, and you always see how so much differences he make when he's in these games. So I thought if Lavia was fit tomorrow, would have been one of the greatest opportunity for us to press eye on United. But I'm not seeing him playing in that game. To be honest, I'm not even seeing him ready. I'm not seeing him in that squad tomorrow. So if not, I would have just preferred to have Casado, Lavia in that midfield. But it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I think. No, I'm sorry, guys. I think Lavia is still a little bit far away from coming back. I don't know what's going on with his injury. I don't know if the injury keeps reoccurring and all this and all that. So tomorrow, Casado, of course. What a pity, bro. What a pity. I'm just so I just want to say I'm sorry for Casado. To be honest, I had to play games almost every day. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I just hope it keeps on like that. I hope it doesn't, get injured or something. If not, we're cooked, bro. We're really, really cooked. So, to me, Casado, of course, Enzo Fernandez. One thing is like, I wouldn't want to start Enzo Fernandez tomorrow. I wouldn't want to start Enzo Fernandez tomorrow. His situation is more or less like, Pedro Neto needs some rest. And you know what? I keep saying this like I feel like people don't really, realize that how so much important, you know, uh, a number eight role is on the pitch. We can't have a number eight that is not functioning in games, and that's one thing I'm always worried about Enzo Fernandez. You need to kind of beg him to have a good game, at least one good game in 4 games, which to me is bad. You are kind of a player that people put all high hopes on you. People are expecting exceptional things from you. I mean, you are not just that kind of a player that can put in a random performance. You need more. You need to compete with the like of Rodri. You need to give something exception all the time. So to me, I thought tomorrow I might, decide to start Santos. Santos is a very good player. It's just that I think Maresca doesn't have so much confidence in these boys yet. If not, we see the way he plays against Bayern Munich, bro. You're like, no, man, you deserve to start games now. You deserve to start games. So I'd probably, think about starting Santos tomorrow just to give Enzo Fernandez some rest. Give him some rest. And that's what Argentina did. They felt like, come on, bro, you're playing too much of games. Get some rest. So we can do that as well. Give him some rest tomorrow. Let him start from the bench. Let's put the responsibility on Santos. Let's see what he can do. So of course, Cole Palmer, you know, in the counts area, you can't bench him against games like United. We saw what he did to United in last 2 seasons. Breakthrough in Stamford Bridge. So to me, another game to come back to his prime. So and from the wide, like I said, Garnacho, Esteval, and of course, Joao Pedro from the flank. So, yeah, that's my prediction exercise for tomorrow. And of course, I think we should be able to, get through tomorrow. Maybe, if we manage to start the game very well, to me, that's one problem that I've got with Chelsea this season. We struggled, bro, to start game really well. I think the one we've had so far was against Munich. That one, I think we started the game very well. We almost scored a goal where Enzo Fernandez was touching the ball twice and tries in the box, which was supposed to be, a direct goal. So, yeah, I think starting the United game in a very much positive way would really, really help us tomorrow. And I think we should easily go to United tomorrow. It's gonna be a tough game, but if we concentrate, if we put in effort, I think we should be able to come through. So my score prediction tomorrow is 3-1. I think we're gonna concede a goal. I think we probably gonna score more goals tomorrow. If you have wingers like Garnacho, Esteval, you expect goals to flow in as much as possible. So guys, thank you very very much for joining this live. I think we've had a very good conversation tonight. John Cena, big up to you. Um, I've got one other person in the house as well. Rare Video. Big shout out to everyone that's logged in, everyone that's passed away. I mean, sorry, everyone that's joined the live stream. Please, guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. You see, that's the only way this channel can keep moving. We know how these channels work. If you subscribe, then you're giving us more and high chances of being able to, you know, uh, 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 being able to suggest the page out for people that I want to see. So, big shout out to everyone. I pray that everyone, how do I? To be honest, guys, I'm so sorry. I don't really know. I feel like most of the time I wanna, say something, pray for people, but honestly, I don't just maybe getting it right. But what I know is I'm sending a love. I'm sending, you know, everything positive to you guys. Please don't hesitate to subscribe, don't hesitate to like, don't hesitate to comment. Let's know what you think. Please, this channel is for the fans, is for the voice of the fans. I don't want to be like, coming here all day, all time to give just my own opinion. I want to hear from you guys. You guys need to speak on this channel, of course, just to let the world know, let the Chelsea fan, know what you guys are thinking. To be honest, so big shout out to everyone that's locked in, and I will see you on to the next one. We bleed blue, we believe in blue, and forever Chelsea. Come on, guys.